Good morning. Welcome to morning yoga. I am Melissa. Excuse me. I'm glad that you're here. And we're going to get moving and flowing and waking up. So maybe you've already been, running this morning or biking this morning, but maybe you just rolled out of bed and got here, which either way is awesome. We're just going to kind of stretch and move and flow. If you ever need a break, you can always take child's pose, which is the pose we're going to start in. So coming onto your knees. So for child's pose, your knees can be together. And that gives a lovely stretch on your lower back if you want to do that. Your head may not touch. So a block, a book, or even, so I have a block, you can put a block under your head, or you can stack your hands or your fists. Just to don't let your head hang and not rest on something, especially this early in the practice. You can also bring your knees wider, shaped like a V. So knees go to the edges of your mat and big toes touch. Same thing, trying to get the head down. My head never wants to go down in the early morning. And I leave my elbows, a nice bend in my elbows, at least at first. If you're feeling up to it, you can always start to walk your hands out, lifting the elbows up. But right now, we're just gonna get quiet, go inward a little bit, and start taking slower, deeper breaths. If you do have your head resting on something, maybe the longer you are here, the more you can release. So I can release a little lower than my block right now, but not all the way, just not there yet. Few more breaths. On your next inhale, start to work your way up onto your hands and knees. So wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. And just pause here. Press into the mat with your hands. Feel your arms get a little longer. Back stays nice and flat. Take a couple of breaths here. Just being still in your tabletop, feeling your nice long spine. Take one more breath in. And then on your exhale, start to round your back, dome your spine, look back between your legs. When you begin to inhale, drop the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades, and look up. Exhale, round and dome into your cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades, look up for cow. And then keep moving through these two poses. Try to get one more round in. The next time you meet, you find yourself in your cat pose, the rounded spine. We will then meet in our flat back again, tabletop. Take your time. And then down dog. So curl your toes, lift your hips up into your down dog. And from there you can pedal, you can sway, you can move from side to side. Another breath to move. And then see if you can find some stillness here. A little bend in the knees. Feel the hips shoot up, the back get a little longer. Press into those palms. Take another breath. And look up at your hands and baby step your feet to your hands, or your hands to your feet if that works better for you. Separate the feet about hip width distance. Bend the knees a lot and let everything hang. So you can let arms dangle, you can grab opposite elbows. If this upside down just bothers you, you can bring elbows right above the thighs, coming into more of a flat back. Your head go, shake it no, and yes. You can sway, you can be still. One more breath. And then start to slowly roll up. Take your time. We've been upside down a while. Don't rush this. You can use your hands to walk up your body. When your head comes up, then sweep your arms up overhead. Palms touch. Bring your hands into your heart and down at your side. Pausing here for a moment, feeling your nice tall mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. You can hinge or you can roll. Palms touch overhead. We're going to go right back down. Exhale, hands come through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, hinging or rolling, palms touch overhead. One more time, just like that. Exhale, hands come through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. This time, maybe take a little peek up at your hands, or maybe give yourself a little baby back bend. And then bring your hands into your heart. Pausing here for just a moment. And then bring your hands down at your side. Just falling into that mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank, and pause. So dropping the knees is always an option. That's where I am this morning. I'm a knee dropping, at least right now. Every sun salutation you take can be different. Take one more inhale. Exhale, everybody drop knees, belly, chest, chin, elbows brush the sides. Come all the way down. Top of the feet, press down. Take an inhale, lift your chin and chest, baby cobra. Exhale, touch. Inhale, lift chin and chest, baby cobra. Exhale, touch. One more, just like that, baby cobra, lift up. Exhale, touch. This time, inhale, lift chin, chest, and hands to hover. And we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Press the tops of those feet down. Take one more inhale. Exhale, touch everything down. Pause here for a moment. And then lower your hands a couple of inches. Inhale, press into the hands. Lift up. Partway into like a king cobra or all the way into an up dog or a modified up dog. You choose. Take one more breath here. And then exhale everybody into table. And then everybody into down dog. Take another inhale. Let it go. Inhale, look up at your hands. Walk your feet to your hands. Come right into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ride your breath all the way up. Palms touch. Maybe a back bend, maybe not. Bring your hands into your heart and down at your side. So we're going to do one more sun salutation right now. I'm going to go a little bit faster than that. I'm going to give you all the options, but you'll only get a chance to take one of them. So inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or float back, high plank. Come down all the way or halfway. Inhale, heart opener. Exhale, down dog. And then pause this down dog. Be still, or if you need to move, move. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look up at your hands. Walk, hop, or float your feet to your hands. Coming right into that flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ride all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands at your heart. And down at your side. So we're going to come into a chair and then a twisted chair. So some people like their feet a little bit in a different spot for when they're going to twist in chair as versus when they're going to be in chair. So first we're just going to take a chair. So feet may be touching. Maybe big toes touch and there's a little space in between your heels. You can choose. Inhale, sweep the arms up and sit your seat down in your imaginary chair. And breathe. And if having your arms up doesn't work, you can goalpost them. You can have them at your heart. Look up, look straight ahead of you though, so that your heart stays nice and open. When we look down, we just tend to round down. And we're here for 3 more breaths. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Sit, sit, sit on your exhale. And then inhale, rise up, palms touch. Bring those hands into your heart and down at your side. So since we're going right into another chair, you may want to just give your legs a little shake. Just getting ready for it. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, sit the seat down in your imaginary chair. Bring your hands into your heart. Look to the right and take a twist to the right. So your twist can be upright or you can hook elbow on the outside of your thigh. And breathe. So press palms together. We're going to move in our twisted chair. We're going to turn it into a twisted crescent in a moment. So maybe starting now, you can just figure out which foot is your left foot. Your right foot's going to stay right where it is, and we're going to move our left foot in 2 more breaths. Take an inhale, and take your left foot on your exhale and step it back long. So you're in a twisted crescent, or you can be in a twisted crescent with your knee down. Either one that works for you. And we're holding here. Two more breaths. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, we're gonna, woo, rise up, sorry about that. Rise up into crescent. I thought I was gonna fall over. So your crescent pose, it can be knee up or knee down. So if you had your knee down for twisted, maybe you wanna leave it, or maybe you wanna see, since you're not trying to twist, maybe your knee comes up. Nice bend in your front knee. If you are up on the back foot, you really wanna be up on those toes as much as you can. Hands can be up, goal posted again, or at your heart. Two more breaths. Take an inhale. And then exhale. So let your arms come down if they're up, and then step your back foot in about half the distance. We're going to straighten both legs. Toes are facing the front of your mat. And then inhale, nice and tall. Think length. And then exhale, coming to a flat back. And you pause right there. Maybe fingertips go to the mat. Maybe they go to blocks. Pause here, still in your flat back. And now choose, stay in your flat back, or begin to fold. Pull that belly button in as you fold down. And while you're here, your right hip is going to want to come forward, pushing your right hip back, pulling your left hip forward, keeping them square to each other, and folding wherever that fold ends up going for you. And breathing. You may end up getting a micro bend in one or both knees. Also, that's fine. Two more breaths. And then look out in front of you. Bend into your front knee. Walk your hands out in front of you. We're going to come to stand on this right foot. So when you are ready, start to lift your left leg up. It may be parallel to the mat. Your toe may be much lower than that. Maybe it is even just on the big toe. And if you are like, I need more this morning, you can absolutely go into half moon pose. If you're practicing your half moon pose, you can keep both hands down and just open up the hips, as long as you're doing that on purpose. So the hip's going to want to open a little bit. If you're staying in your standing split, you really want to focus on keeping them square. But again, this is a nice way to practice getting into half moon while still keeping a couple extra limbs, or at least one extra limb on the mat. As long as, again, doing it with forethought. Take one more breath here. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale, step up toe to toe and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ride your breath all the way up, palms touch. Bring your hands into your heart and down at your side. So take a pause just for a moment. I just need a drink of water. And we're again coming into chair pose. So plant your feet where you like them for chair. If you didn't like where they were before, move them. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, sit the seat down. Imaginary chair, or again, arms, hands can be someplace else. Two more breaths. Take an inhale. Exhale, sit, 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 sit. And inhale, rise up, reach up. Hands through heart. Come into your mountain. Give those legs a little shake. Get them ready for what they are about to do. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, sit the seat down. Imaginary chair. Bring your hands into your heart. Look to the left and take a twist to the left. So normally I don't give you my back here, but I am today, because in a minute I want to be facing you. I want you to see my front. But here it's not bad to see what someone's back looks like, whether they're upright or, again, elbow on the outside of the thigh. Or maybe you're not looking at me at all, and that's awesome. You're just kind of listening and doing intuitively what your body wants to do. 2 more breaths here. Figure out which foot is which. We're going to be stepping back with the right foot this time. Take an inhale. And then exhale, step that right foot back. Stay with the knee up or drop the knee down. It is your choice. And stay in your twist and breathe. Two more breaths. Take an inhale, exhale, and then inhale slowly with care. Rise up to your crescent. Again, knee up or down. You choose. Or you fall out of it completely, and then you try again. So I probably said this before. I always used to wonder, years and years, a million years ago, why do we do yoga on the hard floor? It's hard on your knees, it's hard on your hips. Why are we on the floor? And then I did yoga on carpeting, and I was like, oh, that's why, because it's very hard to balance on carpeting. 2 more breaths. And then as you exhale, bring the arms down at your heart or at your side, and then step the back foot in a little bit, both legs straight and toes are facing forward. So I like to start with my hands at my hips. You can start with your arms up when we fold, but it's very heavy, especially on your low back. So just feel and see what's for you. Inhale, heart opens. And then exhale, halfway, pause. And then reaching fingertips to the mat or blocks. Stay in your flat back though. And then on your next exhale, if you would like to, keep folding. Pull that belly button in. And then left hip is going to want to go back. And as right hip comes forward, that's just to keep them even. We might tend to open up toward the long edge of our mat. We do not want that. We want to stay facing the short edge of our mat for this whole pose. And keeping your belly button in just helps this with your core. It helps control your upper body. 2 more reps. And then bend into the front knee. Walk your hands out in front of you. And then lift the back leg up. Again, maybe it's just a little bit. Maybe it's a lot. And this is what I wanted to say so you can see me, in case you couldn't tell what I was doing before. So this is standing split if you're looking at me. If you're not, don't worry about it. But if you wanted to work toward a half moon, you'd open your hips up more toward the long edge of your mat. And then that gets you working toward it without having to lift this arm up and really thinking as much about balance. Though we are still balancing, I promise you. 2 more reps. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, step up toe to toe and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, work your way all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Your hands into your heart. And down at your side. So all done chairs, I promise. All right, so inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or float back. High plank to low plank to heart opener to down dog. Hold in your down dog. Breathe. We're gonna open up our hips a little bit this morning. So from your down dog, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. And then step the right foot on the outside of your right hand. Drop the back knee. So we're going to do lizard and pigeon this morning. Yay! So if you want to do lizard, you're in it. You don't have to do anything else. Or if this is all you can do is what I meant to say, because this is the pose. Anything else I'm going to say requires you to get deeper into the pose, which is good if you're like, I don't really feel anything right now. Because you want to feel something. So you want to go until you feel stretch. You want to stop before you get to any pain. Lifting the back knee is an option. I'm not going to even do that on this side because of my toe. But you know how to lift your back knee, like we did in crescent. You can, if this is too much, hands on the thigh, or hands on the block, and push yourself up a little higher. And if it's not enough, you can come down forearms to the mat or to a block. And then one more step, not moving your foot outward. You can drop to the side edge of your foot, letting the knee fall open. So this isn't more of an open lizard, but it's an open lizard without the give of wiggle walking your foot over a couple inches. So it makes it a little bit more challenging. If you want to do open lizard, but this is too much, you would just wiggle walk your foot over a couple inches and then start falling to the side edge of it, dropping the knee open. And we're here for about 5 more breaths. And then if you were down or anywhere but this beginning lizard position, get back to it. And then from there, surround your foot with both hands. Wiggle walk your foot over, right foot to left hand, settling down on the outside of your right leg and the whole front of your left leg. I just have to, my knee got a little crick in it, so sometimes you have to completely come out of a pose, work it out, and then get back into it. That is also okay. So inhale, just open up. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you lift your hands. And then exhale, hands come back down. Stay all the way up, halfway. Or, I know what you want to do. You can go all the way down for your sleeping pigeon. So for pigeons, sometimes I spend 2 or 3 breaths trying to find what my hip needs today. And that's okay because we're here for a long time. It's, you know, if we were in Warrior 3 and you spent, or Warrior 2, and you spent 3 breaths fidgeting and trying to find your place, that's still okay. But then you'd only have 2 breaths to be still. Pigeon, it's just really lovely. You can spend a lot of time getting yourself settled, and you still have so much time left to really be in the pose. About 5 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, start to walk your hands up and come out of this pose however you'd like. You can come into down dog leg extended, child's pose. Scratch this itch that won't seem to stop itching. All right. Take another couple breaths, just moving however it feels good to open up. And then we meet in our down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bring left knee to left elbow. And then bring the foot to the outside of your left hand. Back knee can, or everybody drop your back knee for now. So, lizard, you're here. Again, if it's too deep, put a block, or if you don't have a block, you can also just kind of come into more of a, like a low lunge. If this just really doesn't work for you. You can lift the back knee now. I can show you on this side if you can see how my back knee is lifted now. Or you can keep it down. I like to keep mine down in lizard. And then you can bring forearms to a block. You can bring them to the mat. You can stay like this. Or again, you can fall to the side edge of your foot. Knee falls open. If you really want to do that, but that just feels too tight, you can wiggle walk your foot over a couple inches and then do it. Gives you a little bit more space. And then breathe. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths. And then start to come back onto your hands if you're not already there. Drop the back knee if it isn't already. Surround the front foot and then start to wiggle walk your left foot over towards your right hand. Again, settling the whole side of your left leg, the whole front of your right. And once you feel like you're in a good spot, inhale, open that heart. Your fingertips can absolutely stay down, or maybe they lift, even if it's just for one bright, shiny moment. And then exhale, hands down, and settle into your pigeon pose. High, low, whatever works best for you. Take about 5 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, start to work your way up and out of this pose again, however you would like to. We're going to meet this time having a seat, but just take your time getting there. Little boat, a little bit of core to almost end our practice. So sit up nice and tall. Hands can be behind you. We're only going to do one, so choose where you want your hands to be, and you can move mid-boat. Inhale again, nice and tall. Exhale, lean back a little bit and lift your feet. Maybe you're one of these straight leg people, that's okay. Arms can be facing in front of you. Again, they can be behind you if you feel like you're starting to round, or they can support under your thighs. We're here for 3 more breaths. Take an inhale. Listen. Exhale, come to a low boat. Woo! 3 breaths. Take an inhale. And exhale, lie down. Whew, my goodness. And then bend your knees, bring them into your chest. Give yourself a little rock, a little roll. And then inhale your legs straight up in the air. Flex your feet. Legs up a wall. You can support your hands behind your legs, or they can be down. They can be on your belly. And 3 more breaths. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees in. Give them a hug. Give yourself a little massage. And then happy baby. So grab the insides of your feet, the outsides of your feet, your shins or your ankles. Feet are flexed, whatever you're holding on to. Knees are bent. And you can rock back and forth. Just like, say it with me, happy baby. You want to take a moment and stretch one leg out. And then come back in and stretch the other leg out. 2 more breaths. And then release what you're holding on to. Give the knees a hug. Drop them over to the right. Arms can go long. Look left if that's okay. Do whatever you want to do to deepen this pose. You can put a hand on the thigh. You can extend the leg. If you can see me, that's what I'm doing. Some people like to put their top foot under their bottom knee. Whatever you're doing, both shoulders are staying down. 3 more breaths. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, go the other way. Okay, making this twist your own, however it feels best for you. What feels great on one side may not be what works on the other side. So take a moment and make sure you're doing exactly what feels good. And we have 3 more breaths. And one more time, coming back to center, pulling the knees in and getting ready and settled in for your Shavasana. So that can be arms and legs straight down. It can be knees bent, feet wide, knees back into each other, or soles of the feet touching, knees falling open. What feels good for you? When you find that place, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. And take and enjoy your rest. Start to take some deeper breaths. Make some small movements, wiggle, turn, bend. When you feel ready, bring your knees into your chest and roll onto your right side. Take your time. Using your hand as leverage, push yourself up into a seated position. Your hands into your heart. And we have peace in our hearts and in our homes, peace in our communities and in our lands, and peace throughout the world. Bring your thumbs up to the space in between your eyebrows, and as we end our practice, we bow our heads and say namaste. Thank you, Lillian. Bye. Have a great day.